How's it going? My name's Caleb. I do vocals for Beartooth.
Awesome. So, how soon after, because you were in a band called Attack, how soon after you left Attack did you begin the earliest workings for Beartooth?
I actually was writing Beartooth songs while I was in Attack.
Oh, cool.
It was just kind of a passion project thing, and I was just kind of writing it, just wanted to make something a little different, something a little more straightforward lyrically.
Yeah.
I just kind of wanted to see what happened, and then after I left Attack, I put a song out. I was like, check it out. I guess all of the rest is history from there. But
yeah. So I have to ask, where does the name Beartooth come from? I love it.
Our bass player Nick grew up on Beartooth Court, and originally Beartooth was just like a joke hardcore band thing that we did for fun with a couple guys in a band called Outtakes. And then, well, originally the band now had a different name before, but that name was like some other band was like, oh, we had it first, and I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And then we just went with the name Beartooth because it was just kind of funny.
Nice.
It doesn't mean anything other than basically grew up on Beartooth Court, and I figure if you look up Beartooth, you're either gonna find that or like there's a Beartooth mountain.
Yeah,
you know, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, like I remember when the name came out. I remember that you guys were having the saying "fear the tooth" and just stuff, and I was like, and you were saying like, no, it's a joke, but I thought it was funny. So, what was the process like for writing and recording the Sick EP?
I did it all at my house. I did it all in my studio, and honestly, there wasn't too much of a process other than I just would kind of go downstairs when I had an idea into my studio and play it and sing and just kind of let it happen, and I wasn't really trying to think too hard, like, over.
What made you decide to go the route of releasing the entire EP for free rather than putting it up on a site, like just at first like iTunes for purchase, or going with the physical downloads
just,
or
I guess
physical
so more
copies?
people could hear it. I mean, we did it with, the label was like, hey, let's just put it up and get as many people to hear it as possible. And, you know, of course, I'm fine with that. Like,
yeah.
That's great. You know, if you can hear our music in any way, then I'm happy. So
yeah.
Just make it happen.
So for the song "Go Be the Voice," I wanted to ask you about the lyrics. Is this a song that's speaking out? Is it speaking out against the church, or is it speaking out against people that go to church? Like, I wanted to get some kind of clarification on it because I wasn't.
It's not really speaking out against any. It's just kind of about me and my own life.
Yeah. Okay.
Past it. It's about my, you know, walk with God and what I believe, and you know, I've just felt and known a lot of people that feel kind of like very judged for the people they are when they go to a church.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel, I don't know, a lot of places that feel like they're just like way better than you because of the people they are at church or whatever. I don't know. So that was just kind of about my experience with that at certain times, and just knowing other people that have experienced that. And, I mean, I very strongly believe that not a single person is better than another person. And I mean, we are all just like messed up people. And that, I mean, on another topic, that's kind of what the EP Sick, and the full length that's coming out is called Disgusting. And Sick and Disgusting puts together like kind of the same thing, but originally the EP was going to be called Sick and Disgusting, and that's just kind of like part of the way I sum up my, I guess, view on that in certain ways. It's like we're all sick and disgusting people, and it's not like one person is better than another, and it really bums me out to see people that think they're on this awesome pedestal because of either where they are in life with their like job, money, or like if they, you know, go to church every Sunday or whatever. It's like, I just think that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like we're all equal. We all have our own demons and our own things to face every day.
We all have to. Yeah, we're all our own people. And, I think it's just kind of silly to think they're better than another person.
Absolutely.
A lot of that song is about that.
Cool. And so you guys also released a video for the same song. Can you explain the concept behind the video a little bit more?
Yeah. The video is really about contrast, and it's about, you know, for me in that song, there's a lot of contrast, and like lyrically, I'm just very scatterbrained as a person, and I just kind of like write lines, just kind of float out. So that video is to portray contrast, and the director, his name's DJ, DJ. He's brilliant, and he killed it. And he kind of came up with the whole concept, and he really pulled it off well. But
Yeah.
you know, that's like, it's just a lot of imagery there. That's why there's like, you know, the girl and the alligator.
Yeah.
It's like beauty and power. It's like a giant concept.
That was something that stuck out to me. It was like two completely different things.
Complete opposite ends of the spectrum, and then like, you know, there's you know, the whole video is in black and white, and that's for, you know, that was for the contrast of, you know, there's no color, there's just a complete opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
I don't know, so that's kind of what that whole thing is about.
Cool. And so, as you said earlier, this actually leads into one of my next questions about the upcoming Beartooth album. So it's called Disgusting.
Yeah.
What can fans expect?
We'll love Beartooth. It's going to be probably 11 or 12 songs, and it's almost done. And it's just kind of all over the spectrum. You know, Beartooth in a whole as an album, like for the album's sake, is just what I write when I'm in my studio. You know, I just kind of let it happen.
It's a good way to do it.
Yeah, I try not to think too hard, and so I guess it's just like, you know, there is some not softer stuff, but I guess stuff that's a little more contained compared to the EP, and then there's stuff that's way crazier than anything on the EP.
Cool.
And it was just what I was feeling that day, pretty
Nice.
much. And, but it's cool, and you know, whether people like the songs or not, to me, I'm just like, I know that every song on that record is an honest song to me, and I never went and was like, I'm gonna write this song to get on the radio, or I'm gonna write this song to be heavy live.
Yeah.
It was just like, I just want to write songs to write songs.
This is how I felt today. Let's see what
Yeah,
happens.
literally, and that's just kind of how it is.
Nice. What kind of message would you like fans and listeners to walk away with after listening to your music?
That, I mean, everyone is very equal. Everyone is very, you know, specifically in music. And what I've been noticing a lot on the shows that we've been playing on this tour that are a lot bigger shows, and, you know, there's usually a big old barricade and a big gap. And it's like, that portrays the sense of that there's the floor and here's us on the stage.
Yeah.
And there's this separation. You're not equal to us, and I hate it. It literally breaks my heart that that's even a thing. Like, I don't want to. I just don't want to be one of those people that people like think is so much better than me, because that's ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a really screwed up person, and I have a lot of stuff that I need to take care of, just like anyone else. And it's like, yeah, I guess I may have a different talent set than other people, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that I'm better than them. Maybe it's I'm different. And you know, my favorite kind of shows are the shows where we're right there with the people and they understand that it's like, look, we're playing music, you guys are just listening to the same music, we're all doing the same exact thing, singing the same songs, having the same fun, and expressing ourselves the same way. And I just want people to understand that no matter how big a band is, when they stand up on stage, it doesn't make them better than you, it just means that they're different. And I know a lot of people, frontmen, will try and portray that, like they believe it. A lot of people think that they're the coolest thing in the world, and it's really stupid.
Yeah.
But I just don't give into that. That's the thing.
Cool. The next question I had is, what does music mean to you? That's it.
Everything. I don't know. Music is my therapy. It's my way to keep my head on straight in a lot of ways. It helps me. It helps me do everything I do. Almost. It helps me feel any emotion that I want to feel. You know, it helps me. It helps me through a lot of painful times. It speaks to me in ways that just words alone can't.
Yeah.
Like, I think a song that's just music and no words can capture emotion better than, you know, 100 sentences can. Depending on who does it and where they're coming from in their emotional state. And I think it's just true expression. It's art to me. It pisses me off more than anything in the world to see people abusing the art form that music is. I don't know, it sounds really hippie to
No,
say,
it's
but
okay.
it's very true. It's like people, bands that write the most stupid songs about like just total, they're just corrupt. They're corrupt people, and they're corrupted by money, they're corrupted by fame, and they just write these songs that are like so offensive and so just not from your heart. It's like, I don't care if you write an offensive song if it means everything to you.
Yeah.
It's coming from a true place, but when you're some band,
Just writing it to appeal and jump onto a
writes
trend.
song, it's like, how many F words can we fit on a
Yeah.
shirt so we can sell, and how many people on this generation can we corrupt, and get thinking that drugs is awesome, and that viewing women as objects is sweet. It's like, that ruins my day.
It's really interesting because I just had, I interviewed JB from August Burns Red. We had the same discussion, that it was like all the bands that are like, suck my effing dick and all this stuff. It's just like, why do you need to say that? What's the
point?
Yeah.
Where in your emotional state of writing music where you're like, man, that line spoke to me right now. It's just like, I'm sure it did, man. I'm sure the thousands of shirts that you sold with that on it probably spoke to you a little bit more.
Yeah.
And it's like, I hope you feel good with that money.
Yeah.
I don't know. That blows my mind, and it's a bummer, but I don't know. At the end of the day, I think music should be way more than that. Music should be a way for you to cry. It should be a way for you to laugh and be stoked, and it should be a way for you to feel any emotion at its maximum.
Absolutely. Great answer. And the last question I have is, after the current tour you're on with August Burns Red, what are the future plans for Beartooth?
Touring.
Awesome.
We're going to put out our full length, hopefully next spring, and we are almost booked up completely through 2014 with tours. And we're just going to play show after show and get the music out to as many people who can, and more importantly, get our show out to as many people who can.
Yeah.
To us, it's not like, like I was saying before, it's not our show, it's everybody's show in that room. It's like, we want people to be able to express themselves in the same way that we do. We feel completely free on stage, completely unjudged, and completely just like open. And I just want everyone to feel that. So I'm loving it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for taking the time to do the interview with us.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Every artist that I interview, the first one is, what kind of message would you like fans to walk away with after listening to your music?
That thing I was talking about with everyone being equal, that it's very important to me, and that people understand. Bullshit music. People understand what they're worth. Fuck you.
Do you want to do that answer over again just one more time? Okay, so oh my god, I'm gonna add this in. I'm adding this in as an outtake.
Please do.
Oh my god, I'm so adding this in as an outtake. Okay.
You didn't know San Francisco? Plenty of homeless people
Yes.
that are not happy about
Anything.
Route 101 bar.
That he's still going.
If you're homeless, that's fine.